Happy Friday and Happy New Year. I'm Anson and I'm excited to start this new year with you. And we're launching into a brand new series this weekend that we're calling Steward of the King, God's Resources in Your Hands. From the beginning of the world, God created men and women to be stewards of the good world that He created. What is a steward? A steward is someone who's given responsibility to take care or exercise authority over something that they ultimately do not own. Unfortunately, some of the more common examples that we know of when we think of a steward aren't very good ones. So I remember as a kid watching the Disney movie Robin Hood, and there's the lion, Prince John, who was a steward of the throne of his brother, King Richard. And King Richard got fooled into taking a crusade and never came back. And so Prince John, who was cruel and greedy, and he had that snake that would hypnotize everybody, he exercised his stewardship of the throne that wasn't rightfully his, and he abused it. And it's funny, it's a Disney cartoon. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, Denethor was the steward of Gondor, and he was an awful ruler, and he was sort of wrecking Gondor with his bad rule. He didn't care for the people well. He wasn't the rightful king. And so, Aragorn, the rightful king of Gondor, that's the whole story, or that subplot of The Lord of the Rings was they were waiting for the return of the rightful king because the steward was so bad. Well, we don't want to be bad stewards. We've all been called to be stewards of what God rightfully owns. He has put His resources in our hands to care for His good world. This goes all the way back to Adam and Eve, and it's going to go all the way through into eternity in His eternal kingdom. So as followers of Jesus, if you're a child of God, you and I have been given resources and responsibilities and also the prospect of great reward for faithful stewardship of what God has put into our hands. And so that's what we're going to spend the next 5 weeks talking about, is how we can know what God calls us to and how we can be those faithful stewards that not only thrive in the place where God has put us, but can look forward to eternity, reaping the rewards of all that He promises for those who faithfully steward the good world and the good responsibilities that He has given us. So it's a big series as we launch a new year. If you're asking those new year kinds of questions, which we all are, like, all right, what are we going to do in 2024? How are we going to focus our time and energy in healthy ways? This can be a great part of our mindset and our spiritual posture and our relationship with God as we head into 2024. So I hope you'll join us all 5 weeks, starting this Sunday, January 7th. Would love to see you here in person. You can also join us online. I look forward to taking this journey with you as a steward of the King. Hope to see you soon.